Hello, lost souls. My name is Nyla. I will be your guide through the abyss. Before we get this video started, can I just say I called it? I just, you know, curiously went over to peek at the Concrete Shamanism channel that I mentioned that I was no longer going to support in a previous video, and first thing that catches my eye is merch. The Concrete Shamanism channel is selling merch. Hats, hoodies, books. They're following the same path of all the other spiritual scammers who are in it for money and not for the actual spirituality. I mean, for crying out loud, the community post that this thing was on, it started talking about how shamanism was a lifestyle, and you're talking about hats and hoodies. That's not a lifestyle, my guy. That's just style in general. Yeah, spirituality is not your designer style. It's not a product of clothing or scenery. It's not a personality. It's spirituality is a sacred, especially shamanism, is a sacred practice. And to be, distributing this idea on hats and hoodies and shit like that, I mean, if there was any way for the red flag to be bigger, it would probably cover the state of Texas right now. But yeah, I called it. Concrete Shamanism. Yeah, they're just another marketing ploy to make money quickly for themselves. Which doesn't surprise me, considering the fact that, as I've said previously, they promote conspiracy theories and pseudosciences, and any legitimate spiritual person or witch that I have ever met will always say, go to a doctor before you go into the spiritual side. Always go to a doctor first. So the fact that they're promoting pseudosciences and conspiracy theories, it's not hard to see where their channel was gonna go. I'm just surprised that it happened so quickly. But I'm not surprised that it did happen. I'm not surprised that they turned out to be, what I figured they were. Because most of the time, my intuition is perfectly correct. I just have some really bad anxiety that often makes me doubt myself, so there's that. I'm not perfect, but most of the time, I am correct about my assumptions. And that's because I've spent a very long time, especially online, on the internet, studying people, and studying behaviors of people. I do a lot of that. I've done a lot of observation because, growing up, I didn't do much of all, if any, talking. Most of my time was spent listening to people. So, I know very well how people act. How, I can pick up on certain types of body languages. I can pick up on the way that people speak, the way that people choose to word their sentences. And I can tell the difference between someone who's being genuine and someone who's, bullshitting. And I've been able to do that for a very long time now. With a lot of practice and a lot of mistakes as well. And I probably will make mistakes in the future as well. Because I'm only human, right? Well, human in a ethereal type of, in an ethereal sense of the word. I couldn't tell you exactly what we are, really. There's only, the only thing we know about ourselves is what the science says. Outside of that, we don't really have a very wide grasp on our universe, or how any of it works, We're just a tiny speck in a nearly infinite void of the galaxy that is currently ever expanding. So, what we know right now is, not even a fraction of what there is, of everything there is to know about the universe, about ourselves, about life, about consciousness. We're not even what's the word I'm trying to think of? We're not even I don't know how to say that. I don't know exactly what word I'm trying to say. Or, well, I do know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce the word, so skip that. And but yeah, what we know is very, very, very limited to our planet and to our galaxy specifically. That's all that we know currently. And that's not to say that in the future we won't be able to travel the stars and figure out, so much more about everything, But anyway, that's gonna wrap up that discussion. The thing I wanted to talk about today is meditation. For the highly distracted, if you become overly addicted to social media, the internet, YouTube, and you're overly stimulated, your mind is constantly, being overly stimulated, and you're thinking about doing meditation, but, you're thinking to yourself, more than likely it's not going to be possible. This video is going to give you some tips on how you can get into meditation slowly, without having to worry about, slipping into a state of mind where your thoughts are constantly rushing around. But the first step, obviously, is you're gonna have to turn off the internet. The social media. Turn off your phone if you have to. Turn off the laptop, turn off the TV, and you're gonna find a comfortable space to just sit. That's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna sit there. And And you don't have to sit in complete silence. You can put on some, like, ambient music. Nothing with words. Nothing, no vocals, you know. And nothing that is too fast-paced or too, you know, nothing in the space of, like, hip-hop or, you know, alternative or anything like that. You know, put on something like, Japanese flutes, you know, flute playing. That's a good one. You know, you can do ocean sounds, you can do running water sounds, you know, like the bamboo running water sounds. Those are really good. You know, you can do like chill step. Chill step is good. You know, anything like that. Anything in that realm. But what you're gonna do is you're just going to sit there, and you're going to let you're going to allow the silence to build. And as the silence builds, your thoughts are going to start, you know, your thoughts are going to start clouding your mind. But you're not going to stay focused on any one thought. You're going to observe that thought, you know, for a minute or two, and then you're going to let go of it. You're going to move on. And then whatever thought comes up next, you're going to observe it for a couple of minutes, and then you're going to let it pass. And you're going to do that until you have nothing left to think about. And if you do get caught on a certain thought, you can do like chanting, you know, like the Buddhists do. You can do the all. You know, you can do that mentally. You can do that, you know, vocally with your voice. What I tend to do is just like, as a devotee of Hecate, I tend to chant in my mind, like, Hecate, Hecate, over and over and over, until, you know, my mind is clear. And then, you know, if the thoughts are still there, continue to observe them, continue to let them go. If you start to get stuck on it, go back into the chanting, and then you go back into the thoughts. And then when the thoughts are clear, what you're going to do is you're just going to sit with the silence. You're not going to try to do anything, you know, you're not going to try to get into a translucent state or trance. You're just going to sit there in the silence. You're going to let the silence fill you up. And at this point, you know, usually, for me specifically, this is where I find the most peace, you know, with the silence, with the stillness. But, as I said, you're just going to sit there, and you're going to let the silence fill you up. And this is the easiest form of meditation, you know, to do, and it's really, really simple. You know, it doesn't require you to do anything at all, you know. And you can do this, you know, with breathing practices, you know. Do the inhale, the big inhale, and the big exhale. And you can do that a couple of times, you know, if you really feel, you know, like you're getting fidgety or squirmish, you know, if your mind is just way too it's just way too filled with thoughts, you can do that. And I would recommend that as well. I would recommend the breathing as well. Definitely recommend it. It's one of the, again, it's one of the easier forms of meditation that you can do. It's really simple. It doesn't take a whole lot to do it. You know, how long it takes for you to to clear out the thoughts depends on, how often, you keep your mind in a state of overstimulation, and with technology being the way that it is today, designed to literally be addictive, I would imagine it's going to take you several minutes. But I would only recommend doing this for about 10 to 20 minutes, as Healthy Gamer GG says. 10 to 20 minutes is a good stopping point. If you're just beginning, I would definitely recommend you just go for 10 minutes. You can put a timer on, and, you do the 10 minutes, then you can, slowly bump it up over time. You can go from 10 to 15 and then to 20. And if you're, if you're still doing good at 20 minutes, you can bump it up to 25 and then to 30. Generally, what I would recommend is about an hour a day. You want to get up to at least an hour a day. I know with a lot of people out there, you work, and, work it takes up a lot of time, especially if you're doing a 9-to-5 job. So, my recommendation is to, when you come home from work, after you've taken a shower and you've relaxed, you don't go straight into, your media. You go find that comfortable spot, and then you can do, you don't have to do the full hour. Especially if you're, especially the 9-to-5 job. I know a lot of y'all don't get a whole lot of sleep. So 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. Meditation, we do the thought clearing. You can do breathing exercise, but 30 minutes. If you've got one of those jobs that require you to come home and take a shower and immediately go to bed, right? But you can do it for just 30 minutes. It's not energy consuming. It's not going to take a lot of energy out of you. And afterwards, you can go fix yourself, something to eat if you're feeling peckish, and then, go to bed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not as difficult as a lot of people try to make it out to be. Especially a lot of these fake gurus who have popped up in recent years selling their, awakening bullshit. Yeah, I was recently watching a video about how the law of attraction is actually one big corporate scam, as it turns out, which doesn't surprise me much. Law of attraction is kind of one of those things that's just, it's too good to be true, and when something is too good to be true, it's often bullshit. So it's not that surprising, being that I used to watch a channel that did a lot of law of attraction, and it never really did make a lot of sense to me. But I did like the guy's vibe. I liked the guy's vibe, so I watched him for a while, but I never really did take any of the advice around it. Mainly because he was living in this huge house, talking about how he made all of this money with his law of attraction bullshit. like everyone else was doing when this became popular. And it was all just one big scam. So, yeah. But, anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope, this video can help you, you know, not be so afraid of, getting into meditation. And I hope it can help to guide you into meditation, you know, the easiest way into meditation. Because it really has, given me a lot of peace, personally, so I want to be able to share that with other people. Yeah. But, anyway, as I said, that's going to wrap up this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like down below. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I hope this video has earned your subscription. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.